Welcome back everybody to another episode of Review a Dinosaur, and we have the Nothosaurus by Mattel Fall Plus. That's how you know it's good. We got the scanning DNA thingy. These are from the Dino Tracker line from Danger Pack. I don't know, I guess this is the Danger Pack Dino Tracker dinos, and not much on the box here. No advertising of the figure. We got advertising for the other figures that are in the line, but not much for this figure that we're buying. Two raptors, standard Dino Tracker. That's the biome, I guess, or like the area where you find it. And yep, get that DNA out of the way. There you go. And yeah, let's just get right into it, huh? Let's get right into it. Let's break this guy free. There you go. Did I already mention this guy is the Nothosaurus? So Noto. There you go. Is he out? Oh wow, he's got belly. He's got quite a belly. I didn't realize that. God damn, it's what's holding him in. And he is out. There's not much to the box, really. Like, usually with these figures, sometimes you gotta keep them in the box and whatnot, but this guy's just exposed out in the open in this very minimalistic packaging, which I'm a fan of, I think, Look at that. Recycle in Spanish, in French. Alright, so here we have the figure. We can get rid of the box. Oh, damn it. We can get rid of the box, and we have the Nothosaurus figure. I got this for 50 ringgit, which is like around 10 USD. More than 10 USD. And it's honestly really good for how much I got it for. Come on, focus. And the articulation, let's start there. Let's start at the articulation. So the Mattel channel actually has a stop motion animation of this guy. Oh, look at that. That's the main event right there. And it showcases the articulation quite decently in that animated short. And here we can see just this guy's meant to have his mouth open at all times. I think you can see it with the little detailing on the mouth there. They didn't have to, but they did give him that little mouth meat. The tongue is painted properly. It's nice, and the teeth interlock. The eyes are a bit. Let me see the eyes. Of course, it doesn't focus on one side, but not the other. So the eyes are actually quite nice, although I will say they are a bit on the smaller and darker side. Actually, you know what? They're not too bad now. But before this, when I was trying to get to the eyes, they're kind of dark and quite hard to notice. But it's a decent figure. We got great on the head. You can move it up and down by that much. You can close it, and that's where the articulation sort of peaks in this figure. The others are very basic, very minimal. No ankle articulation, so you're stuck with this little feet there being upwards. But it does go somewhat 360 degrees. You can force here, there you go, 360 degree. This feet is a bit more bent than the other one, and you can get a forcefully 360 degrees on that feet. Both the oh wow. The arms are quite, I would say, humanoid a bit because of the deltoid little shoulder there. This arm does go 360 degrees, so does this arm. And then lastly, we have the tail articulation, which goes round and round, and that's about it. So the articulation is great on the head, but the arms and stuff is quite mid, if I do say so. And so the figure honestly is really solid for what it is. No shoulder articulation, which is fine. You can't really pose it that much with the limited arm, but you can definitely get some dynamic poses with the mouth. Look at that. Biting down the pillow. Just wide open, and you can just showcase it like that. And I think that's a great Nothosaurus figure. Although a few things I would say. So you got 4 fingers. That's because one of the Nothosaurus bone, like finger bones, are inside. So it is supposed to have 4 fingers, but it's supposed to be webbed feet, which these aren't webbed feet. So So that gets a point. And also the tail is a bit too short for Nothosaurus. It's supposed to have a slightly bigger tail depending on the species. And some species even have a flatter, like paddle-like tail. So those two elements in this figure are kind of a miss. And another thing that's kind of a gripe with this figure I have is the teeth. The teeth is not sharp at all. It's kind of dull, which if you look at most Nothosaurus renders and even the fossil, the teeth are supposed to be sharp. These are like bone crushing T-Rex teeth where it's like less sharp and more crushing, whereas the Nothosaurus is supposed to have more sharp teeth, which this does not have, which is fine. It is fine. I do appreciate the interlocking teeth. I think this is like one of the most impressive mouths in the Jurassic Park Mattel line. Definitely the most notable mouth. And what else? The color. I think the color is fine. It's not very inspired. It's not an inspiring color. I would have preferred something a little more vibrant, but it does have this darker hue on the head, which then fades into the lighter, sort of this gray. And I kind of like that fade, that kind of a transition. The gradient there is lovely. You can see that. The paint app is actually really solid, even though I'm not a fan of the color that much. The color is a hit or miss for me. It's like just whatever. I do like the peach, or like the brown that they use, the light brown that's for the underneath. And the teeth paint is really nice. And oof, yep, a solid figure. If I had to rate it, I would give it a 7. No, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I'm actually really happy with this figure for the price and what you get. Again, sharp teeth would be nice, webbed feet would be nice, bigger tail would be nice, a better paint app would be nice, but for what we have here, it is a solid figure. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one, I guess. Bye bye. Bye bye.